Hey everybody, and welcome to this special on Mars transiting in Aries. So this year, Mars goes into Aries from the 1st of June at 10:07 a.m. and it stays there until the 12th of July at 1:29 p.m. and then Mars moves into Taurus. So Mars in Aries is a combination of energy and assertiveness. Holistically, Mars in Aries symbolises taking actions towards your goals with more courage and determination. So it can be like having a personal trainer motivating you to push beyond your limits to achieve what you desire. From a karmic perspective, even though I'm going to dig deeper, this is just a summary of what it means. It basically suggests that past actions may come to fruition, so you may get rewards from past actions at this time. So yeah, you can think of it as the universe presenting you with opportunities or challenges based on your previous actions. So, for example, it's kind of like reaping the fruits of your labour, your work, past work, as I said, or facing the consequences of your past and negative actions. So, yeah, astrologically, it amplifies our passions, our desires, and our impulsiveness. So, it's a time when we may feel more driven to go after our ambitions, but we can cause conflict because we cross over people's boundaries or be too pussy or too impatient. So we have to make sure that we use this energy wisely. So yeah, practically speaking, when Mars is in Aries, it's a time of new beginnings. Mars in Aries, the first sign, new beginnings, going for what you want. Great, get out of your comfort zone, leap, take the risk, but just as I said, make sure that you work within your own realms, do no harm to others, and make sure you ask permission. We can just feel more courageous. It gives us that strength, that power to, start a new fitness regime, assert ourselves in challenging situations, even if we've been putting it off for ages, been putting off making the decision. We may be able to, just make them decisions more quickly right now, and that may suck you in others as well. Basically encourages us to go and get it. So go get it attitude, mindset, take decisive actions to overcome our obstacles no matter what they are, and to start new things effectively. So what this means, that healthy eating plan, anything else you've been putting off since the new year, you can get it done right now. So yeah, on the worldly materialistic level, it can bring a sort of increased kind of competitiveness because, Mars is our drives, it's our sexual drive, physical drive, all drives, So at this time, there'll be a lot of people competing, especially if you've got a lot of fire energy. So we're talking Leo, Sagittarius or Aries in your chart as well, or Mars or Pluto energy, Jupiter energy as well, and Sun energy. So yeah, ultimately industries related to sports or entrepreneurship or leadership roles may experience a surge in activity and innovation at this time. So it's just great to go for that promotion, start that new side hustle, start that new thing, whatever that thing may be. So yeah, people in general are just more motivated to go after whatever it takes to meet their material needs, so their need for food, paying the rent, paying the other bills and all of that, with more vigour and confidence, as well as, those goals to eat better, to exercise better and so on. And it brings us the confidence to do so as well. So politically, the influence of Mars in Aries can manifest as heightened tensions, assertiveness, especially in diplomatic relations. Aries is ruled by Mars, which amplifies its influence on the matters of power, conflict and leadership. The influence of Mars in Aries can lead to heightened tensions as leaders and nations assert their agendas more forcefully. Diplomatic relations may become more assertive and combative, with a focus on individual interests rather than compromise or cooperation. So because this transit can make, political actors and politicians etc. more impulsive and quick to anger, this can lead to rash decisions and confrontations, and conflicts can escalate rapidly due to aggressive energy. that is associated with Mars in Aries and human beings living the months of the human beings at times, So some leaders may feel a strong urge to assert their dominance and push their agendas forward without much consideration of the consequences. This can result in a more volatile political and economic environment where negotiations become more challenging and disputes are harder, more challenging to resolve peacefully. During this period, diplomats and leaders must exercise caution and employ strategic thinking to navigate the heightened tensions effectively. Finding common ground and seeking mutually beneficial solutions becomes increasingly important when dealing with the assertive nature of Mars in Aries. Adapting communication styles to be more direct and clear can help prevent misunderstandings and diffuse, reduce political conflict. So it's essential for us as, if you're not a politician, but as for politicians as well, but for us as a collective to stay composed and avoid reactionary responses, thinking before we say things. Instead, opting for a more calculated approach to making decisions, taking action and saying words. Psychologically, it can trigger a sense of urgency and assertiveness within individuals. This transit may push people to confront their fears, break through self-imposed limitations and tap into their inner strength to go after their goals with more passion. It's a time to use the fiery energy of Mars to develop courage, passion and determination in your plans. It serves as a reminder to channel this intense drive positively, directing it towards constructive actions and words and, habits, relating habits, eating habits, exercise habits, etc. Self-reflection habits that push you towards growth and success. By embracing the boldness and initiative, starting new things that's associated with Mars in Aries, you can overcome the challenges that come up right now with more resilience in your spirit and mindset, and have more determination, focus and follow through as well, which is necessary. It's okay to come up with the ideas, but we need to follow them through. It's good for you to consider stepping into a leadership role. If you're already a leader, thinking about how you can refine your leadership techniques. This is about starting a new thing, maybe starting a new business or whatever it is you're into. Take calculated risks and push beyond your comfort zones as you go after what you really want. In terms of relationships, Mars in Aries can ignite a spark of, passion and intensity, pushing people to express their desires and assert their needs more boldly. This can bring conflicts that require swift resolution through open communication and a willingness to compromise. So spiritually, Mars in Aries can be a time of spiritual awakening and growth, as the fiery energy of Aries combined with Mars, and Mars rules Aries, so Mars kind of loves it here. Even though the vibes of this placement and this transit can be hard, Mars is actually in its dignity here. It allows us to be more independent, dominant, stepping out of our routine and put us in the sort of like driver's seat, but we can find it hard to compromise at this time, so we have to remember to do so. But it allows us just to be enthusiastic about life, allows us to be outstanding in whatever we want to be outstanding in, and just be strong. And our sexual drives at this time can be really, 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 really high. So, it's good to use this energy, yes, to make love and that, but channel it into creative projects, into your work, into your self-care, and, looking after your psychological, emotional and spiritual well-being as well. So we can avoid becoming, hot-tempered, irritable, irrational, and just overcome by our desires, So ultimately, on the spiritual level, it encourages us to explore our inner selves more deeply and connect with our spiritual essence on a profound level, our higher consciousness or our higher levels of, logic, however that works for you. Esoterically, It brings about a period of initiation and new beginnings. It's a time of sort of like self-realization, stepping into your true power and embracing challenges, not running away from them, facing them head on, and using obstacles as tools for your growth and evolution. Symbolically, it pushes us to be fearless in the pursuit of our ambitions and goals. It symbolises a time of taking the lead in our lives and not being afraid to stand out from the crowd. On the creative level, it inspires us to think outside of the box, take risks and explore new ways of expressing ourselves creatively. Also encourages us to channel our energy into being more creative, being more bold and being more original. On the emotional level, feelings of passion, anger and intensity can stir up our emotions that want us to confront them and address them. So, this is a time to dig up those buried emotional, trauma, psychological baggages, and I know it can be hard to start and continue the work of facing your inner pain and your shadow selves and stuff like that as well. But this Mars in Aries gives us the emotional energy to do the hard things. So, utilise it, use it to help you be the best you want to be and express yourself more assertively and authentically. So ultimately it can be a powerful period of emotional healing and transformation, and handle and go through intense feelings and experiences with, more courage and honesty. So now I'm just going to talk about the overall positives and negatives and the best uses of Mars in Aries. So as I said, positives, it gives us that boosted energy. It can be like having a shot of a double shot of espresso in the morning. You can just feel like you're forever, ready to tackle challenges, but make sure you switch off, have some fun, relax, to avoid burnout and stuff like that. It gives us that extra vitality, that strength, that rejuvenation, that feeling of newness. We can do it, Also, it gives us that courage and confidence, pushing us outside of our comfort zones, allowing us to be more confident in asserting our needs and boundaries and our desires, so it's very good for, if you're self-partnered or in a relationship, to explore you and your partner's bodies and just loving yourself and others and just own your sexuality. Negatively, it can lead us to be more impulsive and act without thinking things through, and it can be like just, hey, waking up and like, I'm going to go skydiving today without considering the risks involved and whether you can really do it, so just watch out for that. We can become overly aggressive and confrontational. We can find ourselves, as I said, becoming quick to anger and irritated. This can place a strain on ourselves, waste our energy as we get ourselves into silly arguments and just put a strain on our relationships and our resources. We've only got a limited amount of time, and I know we can trick ourselves to believe because we wake up every morning and we've woke up every morning for a long time that we will continue to wake up, but this transit reminds us that the time is now. The best use of this energy is to take swift and bold action without hesitation. And so go get it, go after what you want, start new things, but don't start too much things now. So now I'm just going to talk about the aspects that Mars makes as it goes into Aries this year and how they positively affect Mars in Aries, because the aspects that Mars makes will flavour the whole 6 weeks that Mars is in Aries. So Mars makes a semi-square to Venus, a semi-sextile to Uranus, a conjunction to Chiron, and a trine to the ascendant. So the semi-square to Venus adds to the passion and creativity, and we can just sort of like go after our desires with more charm, finesse, and just swagger, and just the idea, this is me, I can do it sort of thing. Negatively, it brings a tension between assertiveness and harmony. So, it can add to the conflicts in relationships and creative plans, and the aggression and the lack of cooperation. So, work on your own if you need to, but, don't cut your nose off to spite your face. If you need help, ask for it. And if working with someone else and other people in groups and stuff is going to make things, get done quicker, then, think about it. Mars also makes a semi-sextile to Uranus, so positively it helps us with being more innovative and sort of like gives us more unconventional energy, so we're willing to explore the unique and the alternative right now. So this can lead to sudden breakthroughs or exciting changes if we're willing to think outside of the box and pick apart that's new, as the stereophonics sing, Negatively, it can add to missed opportunities because it's like a subtle influence as well, but also Uranus and Mars can be, kind of too much energy, so we can overdo it. So just make sure you stay your boundaries, stick to other people's boundaries and plan, relax. As I said, do not do too much, but do not stay in your comfort zone either. Mars makes a conjunction to Chiron as well, so this brings us the opportunity to heal past wounds and insecurities that have been getting in the way of our assertiveness and us starting new things and believing in life and reaching our goals. But negatively, it can add to us feeling vulnerable, and the amount of psychological and emotional trauma that comes up by other people's words and actions, or just by things you watch or do, or just your dreams right now, or just your internal conflict as well. So you just need to be more sensitive with yourself, try and build your self-love, self-awareness, acceptance and management and healing, and try and avoid causing unintentional harm in interactions, and forgive other people if they'll overstep your boundaries, especially if they don't mean it at this time, because we can all be irritable. We may take things the wrong way, but if someone does overstep your boundaries, tell them, but also be willing to forgive. So yeah, on the karmic level, it kind of signifies a need for us to be more confident, be more passionate about your goals and about life in general. The karmic meanings are associated with past lives where you may have overdid courage or didn't step up and be courageous. You didn't, claim your personal power and go after your independence and do the things that you really wanted to do, where you may have been unsure about your personal identity. So, we can be faced with situations that require us to confront challenges head on and take decisive actions based on past karmic experiences. And we need to learn the lessons that we should be learning during this time are to do with how to channel our sexual energy, our creative energy wisely, and our aggressive energy, and as well as our assertive energy in a balanced way without resorting to unnecessary conflict or impulsivity. It's an opportunity for us to understand the consequences of our past actions and work towards resolving any, karmic debts, dealing with unresolved emotions from past experiences and just letting go, forgiving ourselves and others. And it can be hard, but forgiveness can be powerful, especially when it comes to peace of mind and just being able to be more relaxed and understanding as well. So yeah, overall, from a past life perspective, we may just feel ourselves drawn to situations that mirror past life experiences, where you need to sort of exhibit strength and, resilience. Although for some of you may not be conscious that, this happened in my past life, but, you may just be challenged. Someone may try and overstep your boundaries, or you may want to reach a goal and an obstacle gets in your way. So you need to call on your inner strength and resilience to overcome these challenges, sort of things, or to not get aggressive and say something that you regret later, to stay calm and disciplined. So this energy wants us to learn the lessons of right use of resources, time, energy, money, etc., but also right use of our aggression, of our sexual drives and creative drives. So yeah, overall, on the karmic level, it serves as a reminder for us to embrace our inner warrior with purpose and clarity, using the fiery energy of Mars to push us towards our soul's evolution. It encourages us to cultivate a healthy balance between assertiveness and consideration for others, honouring the karmic journey, the you are on while actively shaping your destiny through conscious action and self-awareness. So now I'm just going to talk about how Mars in Aries can affect our family relationships and other relationships as well. So Mars in Aries can bring a sense of passion and drive to our family bonds. It can increase the amount of time you spend doing activities together, like engaging in sports or adventures that can strengthen family unity and overcome, family conflict. But on the negative end, it can lead to increased aggression and more conflicts and power struggles within the family dynamic. In terms of friendships, it can make us just feel more social and want to share time with our friends and do group activities as well, take spontaneous adventures, or even just have heated debates that deepen the bond between friendships, staying within the boundaries and all of that. It can be really good to, debate your different beliefs while also practicing active listening and a safe space and respecting each other's differences and opinions and stuff like that. But on the negative end, the impulsive nature of Mars in Aries can result in disagreements and clashes due to different opinions or competitive edge kind of seeping into the friendship dynamic, because it's this energy, Mars in its own sign, in its dignity, it can just be like, I love it here, it's all about me. But we just have to remember that there are other people in our lives and in the world as well. So in terms of co-worker relationships, we can be more motivated and driven. This can lead to an increase in productivity, healthy competition that push team members to excel and do more and just work to achieve collective goals. But nevertheless, the aggressive energy of Mars in Aries can lead to workplace conflicts, power struggles, or impulsive decision making that can strain professional relationships if not managed consciously. In terms of committed couples, the influence of Mars in Aries can add a spark of passion and excitement to the partnership. This transit can ignite, romance. We can just feel more sensual and spontaneous in our relationships, and we can also work together as a committed couple to reach, couple goals and stuff as well, and also help each other reach our individual goals. But on the downside, Mars in Aries could escalate into agreements and disagreements if communication breaks down or ego gets in the way. So it's essential for partners to channel this energy, which is fiery, constructively, through physical activities together or open discussions to prevent conflicts from intensifying. So ask questions, don't assume anything, forgive, take time and space if need be as well. Maybe use a stick or something else, and you can only talk when you've got that stick in your hand, if you find it hard to be diplomatic right now. In terms of hookup relationships, Mars in Aries can lead to more intense and passionate encounters. This can sort of make us more, physically attractive to one another, spontaneous, and want more adventure and try new things together, in and out the bedroom. But the impulsive nature of Mars in Aries can lead us to have more misunderstandings, rush decisions, just lie and cheat as well on the negative end, because it's Mars in Aries first sign. I'm going to do it, I'm going to gratify myself, forget what the other person wants as well. So remember to state your boundaries, stick to other people's boundaries, have respect. If it's only a hookup you're looking for, don't pretend it's a long-term thing and all of that. Be honest and make sure that you gain consent and all the rest of it as well. Be clear about your intentions, communicate openly, and prioritise mutual respect to ensure a positive and fulfilling experience. And don't bite off more than you can chew, and don't make promises you can't keep. But ultimately, Mars in Aries in terms of relationships requires us just to be more aware, to be more healthy in our communication, and find a balance between being assertive and, working with others and compromising and cooperating. So now I'm just going to talk about how Mars in Aries affects career, personal, spiritual and educational development as well. In terms of career development, Mars in Aries can just like ignite a passion and drive in our career goals. We can feel more motivated to take on challenges, assert our ideas and pursue our goals, and this can lead to sort of like breakthroughs in our projects or getting the promotion that we've been eyeing. But negatively, the impulsive nature of Mars can lead to us making rash decisions, and we can have conflicts with our superiors, our colleagues, and this can lead to consequences. For some of you it'd be light, for some of you it'd be hard, losing your job and stuff. So just make sure you don't burn your whole career down, and think before you act and react right now in terms of your career. In terms of personal development, it can just bring us a renewed sense of self-confidence and courage, allowing us to take up new challenges, speaking our mind more and stepping out of our comfort zone. But negatively, the impulsive nature of Mars in Aries can just make us impulsive in our behaviour and words in personal matters, and this can lead us to jumping into situations without thinking them through and leading to regrets later on. And we can also jump to conclusions and make assumptions as well. So just make sure you clarify, ask questions if you're unclear, and balance any newfound assertiveness that you find right now with mindfulness and self-reflection to avoid hasty decisions. And remember, when we're out in the world communicating with other people, it's best to be respectful that the fact that they may think differently than us, and to respect their opinions and not overstep their boundaries, because Mars in Aries can make us waste our energy. You just don't want to be arguing with everyone, spending all your time in conflict and then neglecting, your work or your personal spiritual goals or your exercise, fitness goals, and your goals for your mental health and stuff like that as well. So, keep the focus and reduce the conflict and just walk away if need be. Spiritually, it can just bring more determination and passion into our spiritual development. As I said earlier, we can be driven to explore deeper aspects of our faith and engage in activities that nourish your soul, and this can lead to more spiritual growth and enlightenment. But negatively, the aggressive energy of this transit can make us rush our progress or compare ourselves to others or compete with others, like, I own more crystals than you, well, I own more tarot cards than you, and all of that. There's no need for it. Everyone's journey is unique. Yeah, there are intersections, of course, there are similarities, but just as there's 8 billion people and counting in the world, there's that many ways to, expressing your spiritual path and stuff like that as well. So competing with others will just lead to frustration, disillusionment. Remember to approach your spiritual journey with patience, compassion, and focus on your own personal growth rather than external markers of success, and balance the fiery energy that Mars and Aries bring with meditation, self-reflection, so that you can just, evolve positively and spiritually, knowing that, it allows us as well spiritually to get out of ruts, because sometimes as we seek alternative things of life, philosophy or spirituality, we can get stuck in old methods. And remember, the horse that gets us to the bottom of the mountain won't be the same horse that gets us to the top. So meaning the philosophy, at one stage we may have to heavily use tarot cards, angel numbers and stuff like that. And yeah, we can still keep these as our personal preference as we get more and more deeper into our spiritual awareness. But as we move up, we have to leave some tools or use them less and less. And a lot of the time we can become stuck because we think that we are awakened spiritually, but no. I find that absurd, For me, I found and I feel a lot better here in the fact that we are always awakening. There's always something new to learn. Nature's always changing its seasons and all of that. So yeah. So now I'm just going to round up by talking about the best things for creatives, professionals, entrepreneurs, alternative healers and lovers and singles to do when Mars is in Aries. So yeah, when Mars is in Aries, creators can use this energy to kind of push their passion projects and drive their creative artistic plans to new heights. Professionals may find themselves feeling more assertive and eager to take on leadership roles in the workplace, making it a great time to pitch ideas and make career advancements. Entrepreneurs can use the competitive and daring energy of Mars to launch new ventures, or change or existing business strategies, and sort of like take a new fresh perspectives to the things that you do from your daily routine, the ways that you eat, the way that you sleep, the way you consume content, produce content, etc. Alternative healers can feel that they have increase in their intuition and gut feelings at this time. So this allows them to offer innovative healing modalities, techniques to their clients. Lovers can use this energy to sort of like bring renewed passion and a sense of excitement to their relationships. It's a great time for romantic gestures, spontaneous adventures, and taking bold steps towards love. Singles may find themselves feeling more confident and magnetic during this transit, making it an ideal time to put themselves out there and explore new connections, engaging in activities that boost self-confidence and showcase their unique qualities. And by doing so, you can attract equal partners who are drawn to your bold and dynamic energy. So overall, Mars in Aries is a time for embracing courage, initiative, and being spontaneous in all aspects of our life. It's a period when taking bold actions and stepping outside of your comfort zones can lead to exciting new opportunities and personal growth. So yeah, that's the end of this special on Mars transiting in Aries. Take care and see you next time.